All right, the countdown is on to the Detroit Grand Prix and the return of Indy racing to the heart of the Motor City.
And excitement is building ahead of the motorsports milestone that many have been waiting for decades. In fact, this year marks the first time in over 30 years that the races are being held on the streets of downtown Detroit. Now, the 9-turn, 1.7-mile circuit taking drivers past some of the most iconic landmarks in the city.
But before the green flags started flying, IndyCar drivers took some time to team up with a few local legends. 7 Action News reporter Brett Cast shows us how they kicked off race week with a night of fun and games.
We're standing here on pit lane at the Detroit Grand Prix playing some fowling, and turns out fowling was actually invented by a Detroiter and first played at the Indy 500. So there's no better event to really kick off the week of the Detroit Grand Prix. Today it's Jefferson Avenue. This weekend it's the Detroit Grand Prix. For the first time in 32 years, the city streets will be turned into a racetrack where IndyCars will whiz by Detroiters at roughly 200 miles an hour.
I want to see them, how they kind of navigate through here. It's going to be interesting.
Today, at a kickoff event, drivers themselves said the same.
It's also interesting for us, like ducking in and out of buildings, and it's very unique, There's not many circuits where you just simply look up and there's a skyscraper.
Marcus Armstrong is racing in his first Detroit Grand Prix and says the track will be a challenge. Getting an up-close look at the road surface, he says it'll be a bumpy and abrasive ride. He's already done simulator work and watched footage to navigate the city streets.
Honestly, it's my favorite type of racing because there's no room for error. The concrete walls you're basically kissing the walls as you come past them.
Marcus joined Detroit celebrities like Red Wings legends Darren McCarty and Larry Murphy playing fowling, a game invented by Detroiters while tailgating at the Indy 500 more than 20 years ago. Excited to have their game featured at their hometown race.
This is going to be awesome. I can't wait to hear the cars in the buildings again. I remember when I was a kid hearing them, it's so cool.
With race week now here and thousands of fans expected downtown for the weekend, race officials hope it brings a boom of business to the city while also advertising its beauty to the rest of the world.
Behind us is the Renaissance Center, which will be in every single shot. The riverfront, the waterfront, the helicopters chasing the cars down Jefferson Avenue. Imagine those sights to people around the world who have never been to Detroit. That's the benefit that we're going to see that Detroit's going to enjoy.
Now there's a whole weekend full of activities with the actual race taking place on Sunday. Tickets in the grandstands are sold out, but much of the course is free. In downtown Detroit, I'm Brett Cast, 7 Action News.
Always an exciting time, and especially if it brings all of those dollars into the city of Detroit. That's great.
I know a lot of people are very excited for its return.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Brett. And with the races returning downtown this week, the track is taking over some city streets.
So get prepared. The impact on traffic includes the inbound lodge exit to Jefferson Avenue under Huntington Place, which is closing tomorrow evening through Monday, June 5th.
Jefferson is local traffic only from Orleans to Rivard, with a total closure at Rivard. Closures and lane restrictions are also scheduled for Bates, Atwater, Franklin, Randolph, and Beaubien.
Well, the Detroit-Windsor Tunnel will remain open, but with some changes. To access the tunnel between tomorrow and Sunday, you should display a dashboard placard. They're provided by the tunnel's operators and available at the toll plazas, or they can be downloaded and printed from the tunnel's website. You'll find a link to that website along with much more information on the return of the Detroit Grand Prix to downtown Detroit at WXYZ.com.